Rubs
But-
off easier.
You know, if you're gonna rub something off, go contrast.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Lord of the Realms podcast. We got a good show for you today. We're doing a review of the Flying Monkey Con. We also do a little review of the General's Handbook, so hope you all enjoy. Check it out. Hey everybody, welcome to whatever. I wasn't ready. Sorry. I said welcome to the Flying Monkey Con, but we're not there either. All right. Welcome to Lord of the Realms, everybody.
Or did you have a stroke?
Both. I have a full crew with me today. I got the Buckster here.
What up?
I got the Ben, the Demon Prince of Rad,
Hey nerds.
and Eric, Sweet D.
That's sweet D.
So, been a while since we all had everybody on.
Yep.
So,
It's been two episodes.
it's been more than that, hasn't it?
I think I don't know. Who cares?
Two episodes to like a month. So
That's true. We record. But we're doing better than ever chosen, so fuck it.
All right. So today we're going to talk about our fantastic adventures at Flying Monkey Con, except for Ben, because Ben's not a cool guy.
I'm pretty cool. I just, wasn't there. That's all I got.
I know your absence was felt.
I know. I got so many messages. I just want to thank my fans who messaged me while they're at the con. And by my fans, I mean my friends. I consider you all fans. It's the only fans I have are my friends.
Were they like, why are you such a bitch and not here?
No, everybody understood.
I
No one
didn't.
was a dick because I'm
Then
actually
let us
dealing with shit.
substitute reality for a different one. Damn
Okay,
it.
yeah, go ahead. Go on. Yes, everyone was like, you're such a
Everyone-
fucking pussy. Why
Yeah.
don't you fucking come up here and leave your fucking wife? Why are you being such a
That-
fucking... What?
That sounds accurate now.
It's like, I know, I'm just a fucking bitch. I'm just pussy whipped. I can't help it, I just want to, have a good relationship. Sorry, guys.
Hmm.
And then we
When-
all gathered around that first night, and we made kind of like a Wicker Man statue of you, and we burned it,
Oh,
peed on it a little bit.
I felt that. In the aether.
I hope you would.
It's like, oh, that's that stinging feeling on my back of my neck.
You guys are crazy. So,
So, what'd you do?
yeah,
How was
but-
it?
tell us about your weekend.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. All right. I had a great weekend. It was a lot of fun. Got there Friday. Tried to play a little Shadespire. Didn't realize it was going to take like 5.5 hours. So I dropped after the first game.
You didn't realize it was a tournament?
Well, I didn't realize it took that long. If that makes sense.
Yeah, because you play 3 rounds each turn?
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 out of 3.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then you're like,
so-
well, I didn't come here for this.
Yep, that's exactly what happened. I was like, you know what? This is a fun game, but it's not the reason why I'm here, and I just don't really give a shit. I really had a fun time playing though. So I mean, it is something I'll want to play later, but I was just totally not in the mood for it at that point in time.
Right.
So
I kind of feel that way at events where it's the Friday night event. I don't want to spend a lot of effort on it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
It's not getting there.
but,
I'd
yeah,
be good for like 45 minutes to an hour at something, and then that's my max.
Is that why you get tabled every game? Because you're just
Pretty
like, hey,
much.
let's just do this quick.
Come on
I
now.
like it quick and dirty.
I mean, I did. Oh, how many times did I get tabled? Twice?
Oh, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
You had a strong low middle table.
I took notes. I've got notes to look back on my games to tell me how shitty I was.
Nice.
Yeah.
And this is when I was raped by this faction.
Well, that's coming up later. Let's see here. My first game I played, Elijah. He had the Skaven that top table round 5 against Joe. Really cool dude. Terrible fucking army because it had 130 rats, and there was just not enough stuff that I could do to him by the time those rats swarmed and killed everything I had. I mean, it was just, I looked at that and I said, I'm going to lose this game. Like, there's almost no way I can do this.
That was the first thing Buck said to me.
I had a chance. I had a fantastic chance. I sniped his general and with Ilaria, which is crazy. I was like, hey, I'm actually rolling well. This is fantastic. I hit, I wounded, he couldn't save it. It went through D6 damage. Thing had 5 wounds. I'm thinking, okay, I could kill this thing and then I may have a chance. I rolled my damage and I rolled a fucking 1. So after that, I was like, yeah, there's my normal rolling. So, okay. And that's about how the rest of that game went. So lost pretty hard. But I had a good time. He was a good dude. I really enjoyed that game, which I enjoyed all my games. All 5 games, even the ones that I got tabled and destroyed. I had 5 great opponents, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. I didn't have any moments where I would have been turned into a meme or anything like that, so it was fantastic. So, although I did make Ryan wear the face a little bit in our game, but I'll get into that. Good. So round 2, I guess that was his initiation. So, round 2, I played Casey. He's playing Night Haunt.
Are these both Topeka guys?
Who, Ryan and Casey?
I played a lot person than Casey. So Casey's probably lived near you, Nick.
Yeah, he lives in Boston.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So, what did we do? Duality of Death. I basically rushed up, planted all my shit on the objectives, bubble wrapped myself, and just made him try to charge and take me off of the objectives, which he wasn't able to do. He got, second or bottom of turn 1. I went first. He had, I can't tell you how many charges, probably 4 or 5, and he failed every single one of them. Like, completely whiffed, re-rolled some. It was bad. And he did get the double turn, so he was able to move up and actually make charges the second go around. He did a pretty good job of clearing out my screens, but the next time Durthu got a hit, he was full health and just mowed down an entire unit of, I think they weren't Reapers, they were
Blade guys.
No, it was Reapers. It wasn't Blade guys, it was Reapers. Yeah, so took those out, and after that it was just basically I built up stuff too fast and he wasn't able to come back. So I did get a major victory on that one, which was good. He's a fun dude. I love playing against him. And Nick was saying that, if you give him a hard time, he'll fold pretty easily. So I just kept giving him shit, and then I would tell him I was fucking with him, and you could tell he got frazzled. But he's a good player. He just needs more games, and it's just on Nick and I really to try to get that community going so we can get more games. But it was fun. I really enjoyed that game with him. Plus he bought me a drink, which was awesome. So, and then my third game of the day. So I'm sitting at 1-1. I get paired up with Kirk and his Sylvaneth. So we had a little bit of a mirror match going on. And I was looking forward to this game because I thought, hey, it'd be fun because we both have trees and we're going to zip all over the board and it's going to be really interactive and, stuff's going to be going everywhere. It's going to be great. Well,
slog.
Yeah, that was wrong. It was not fun, mainly because I'm an idiot and I deployed Very ill.
It was not fun.
a little too far forward and did not screen her well enough. And essentially, I threw some trees out, and he was able to forest walk. I forget the exact word, but he jumped his 6 Kurnoth hunters with size through the trees, got a 6, got to move, made the charge on Valerial turn 1, and those size just gang raped her to death. And after that, I was done. Like, there was nothing I could do. I tried to, it was one of the most demoralizing moments I've had at a tournament, but it was my own damn fault because I 100% fucked that up. After that, it was just trying to hold and try to get as many points as I could. But really, it was just him just finishing the job. So that was a major loss. I actually only got 1 point because I got just destroyed. It was awful. But it was a really fun game. I enjoyed playing against him. He's a really good dude.
Yeah, Kirk's solid, man. I like Kirk.
Yeah,
we played Candyland the other day.
Yeah, Kirk. He's also, he knows his tree people pretty well, so you got to be on your game. Yeah. Which you obviously were not.
No. He knows way more about synergy and strategies. Pulled a neck there. Strategy.
Strategies.
As far as it goes with Sylvaneth, he's got it down. Like, he's got a solid grasp of that. And I did talk to him a little bit after that. I think early that morning too with Tyler, just kind of our thoughts on the new book and everything. And I had spent some time going over the new book, but I put that as far out of my mind as possible, just so I wouldn't get my stuff mixed up. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why the games against Kirk are fucking frustrating, because it's like, God damn it, I gotta think.
Yeah, he knows his stuff. Now let's see here. Day 2, we didn't find out our pairings until like 10 minutes before the round started because somebody.
Bullshit. I paired you guys an hour and a half before the round started.
So, anyways, I got to play Ryan with his Legion of Grief and his grave sites and all that. And this one was Heralds of Woe, so it's essentially getting their backfield and general or heroes, and I think heroes and wizards, or was it just heroes? Gives you extra points.
It's the heroes give you extra ones.
Just heroes.
Uh-huh.
So I played aggressively the entire weekend. I continued to play aggressively. I charged Durthu and Tree Lord Ancient right into a big unit of Grimghast. Really didn't do a whole lot of damage like I thought it was going to, which was terrible. And I was waiting for the blowback to come. I was like, man, I'm going to either lose Durthu or my Tree Lord Ancient turn 1, and he's just going to mow me over, and there's nothing I can do about it. Well, he kind of whiffed a little bit too, so they survived. So I did have a little bit of strategy there and threw out a tree so that they were within 3 inches. I made sure they stayed within 3, and I Zoidberged them out of there and started healing them up. It came down to one of the next turns. It was either turn 2 or 3, and I realized I set myself up in a terrible spot, that if he got the double turn, all those Reapers would have been able to charge back into Durthu and the Tree Lord Ancient. So my terrible strategy came out once again. And if he got the double turn, they would have died, because I think Durthu had 7 wounds. The Tree Lord Ancient had 4. It was going to be terrible. But fortunately for me, he did not get the double turn, which allowed me to heal them up and then get them back into combat and start killing things. I did my best to try to get rid of that Knight of Shrouds to keep him from pulling stuff back in. But unfortunately, wasn't able to do it fast enough, and he brought back another unit of 15, which sucks. But after that, even with that, I had Alariel full health and had her just healing and bringing people back and got my hunters into it, and I just kind of mowed them down and ended up winning. I got a major victory on that, scored 19 points. And then going into round 5, sitting at 2-2. So I'm thinking, hey, I have a chance to actually have a winning record, which would be awesome. First, well, no, I had a winning record at Iron Realms. I was just more excited that I wasn't bottom monkeyed at Charles at Iron Realms. So, so then I played Derek with his Gloomspite. Derek's a really cool dude. I'm glad I got to play him and meet him. Plus, he gave me a rum and coke, which was great. First time playing Gloomspite, and I went into it saying I've played aggressively all weekend. I'm just going to keep doing it, and that was the wrong fucking decision. So, are you guys seeing a theme here? Every time I say I need to do something, I probably shouldn't do that. So maybe I'll learn one of these days. I'm not sure. But that was Race to Destruction, and I am an idiot too, and I also read that one wrong and thought you could burn the objectives, which don't know why I thought that. Anyways, you couldn't. So I ran up aggressively, tried to take out some stuff, and failed all my charges except with my Tree Lord, and lost my Tree Lord. I think that was turn 1. And then lost Ilariel, I think turn 2. And then after that, it was, I'm going to try to score some secret objectives. I realized I was not going to win this game. Just trying to get as many points as possible. And I think I ended when Eric so kindly called dice down. It was fantastic timing, to be honest with you. I had, right until that, I had a unit of 20 Dryads, and that was the only thing on the board. And I lost 14 in that round, and we were hitting right before he called dice down. We entered Battle Shock, and then he said dice down. I was like, okay, all right, game's over, thanks. So I didn't get tabled by a technicality, which I enjoy. So
Amazing.
I still lost. It sucked. But Derek was a good dude. Really enjoyed playing against him. I hope to make some more events, at least where all my opponents are there, because honestly, I had 5 great games. Had a fantastic weekend. I know Ryan did as well. I don't think he enjoyed our game as much because I just kind of walked over him at that one. But I'm serious, and I told Ryan this earlier, that if he had gotten a double turn, I would have been the one that was wiped, because I fucked up my strategy and left myself completely vulnerable. And really, the reason I won.
So you told him that you fucked up and still wiped him off the board.
I see how that is. But in reality, I got lucky, because if he got the double turn, I wouldn't have been able to heal. The only reason I was able to wipe him is because I healed those guys back to full health. So really, I see what you're getting at, though.
You're like, man, I was way out of position. You could have fucking rocked me, but man, that's how bad you suck, Ryan. That
is not what I meant. But, yeah, I had a blast. I also I got best painted for my Volturnus.
Awesome.
Yeah, so it was really happy.
Your item shit's beautiful. So that's fucking well deserved.
Yeah.
I was happy. So that makes up for me going 2-3 in my mind. I had a great weekend. I can't wait to go back next year.
Well, mine was another great weekend as well. I also played Shadespire, but I finished it to the end. Wound up taking second.
You also almost won the whole thing.
Yeah, I did. So it was pretty good. And I didn't lose a game till that last round. I played the top player, and he was really good. So, but yeah, it was fun. I enjoyed it. I just kind of built a deck and played it, and it turned out to be fairly decent. So I think
that's fun.
I only played like 2 games before that.
How many players were in that tournament?
10 was the max.
Oh, okay.
So But anyway, under that, then day 2, or I guess technically day 1, day 1's probably my best day because I just had some really tough opponents and had really good games. I played Gene Kale first with his Beast Claw Raiders. It looked like he was I put my Marathi where he couldn't get to her really because he took first turn with 2 battalions, but he was able to reach her with like 3 of them and then whiffed most of the shots, luckily, which was a bad deal for him because he would have got her down definitely 3 wounds with those dirty snowballs.
Yeah, that was a bitch.
Yeah, but first thing I did, I transformed her and just start wrecking havoc. I think it ended by turn 3. I think we called it then. And so my next game, I played Drew, and that was probably my hardest game of the whole weekend, as usual, anytime I played Drew. I played his Legion of Blood, I think he was taking. So he had 2 terror guys, or 2s, I forgot what they were, maybe zombie dragons. And it was the Duality of Death. And my thought was he had a really slow army except for the 2 zombie dragons. So maybe I'll let him go first. He'll move forward to the zombie dragons, and I'll be able to countercharge him and kill him turn 1. It kind of went that way, but he was got like a 6-inch run with his Reapers, which were able to get on the objective and block me from it. Which I think he blocked me from the objective for the whole game right there.
Yeah.
But I think his main thing he did wrong was he ran away from the objective to kill my Cauldron, and Marathi was able. Yeah, Marathi was able to get the other objective, like turn 2 or 3, and hold it for the rest of the game. So that pretty much scored me on the Duality of Death. So I think if he would have stayed on the objective, he would have had me. But I think at the end it was like 10-9. Like he blocked me from scoring any of my secondaries or hidden agendas.
Yeah, it was a super tight game. I watched it. That one was live on stream. That one was fun to watch. But then I saw him move away from the objective. I was like, what is he doing?
Yeah, really wanted that Cauldron.
Yeah, he did. He wanted to kill that thing. Which, fair, right? That's the thing that holds your army together.
I think the only thing I had left was Marathi and maybe 20, 30 witches.
Yeah, not many.
Yeah, so it was an extremely tight game. It was probably my funnest game of the whole weekend. And we played on the stream, so if you want to check it out, you can check out Sound of the Warplums Twitch. But then after that, I played Joe Cryer. I was undefeated until that moment. Our turn 1 was a bloodbath because I think he got my Cauldron down to 3 wounds, 2 witches to 2 wounds, Marathi to, I don't think he got Marathi yet, but he killed a whole unit of witches. I was like, damn, this is looking good. But then I turned around and I can't think all of a sudden.
That's why you got to take notes.
Yeah, no, I should take notes. Now I buffed up Marathi, and she did like 40 some wounds to his Beastigore unit, and I wiped that whole unit back turn 1.
Wow.
And then I wiped something else. Like it was pretty bleak after that.
You got rid of his Seeker.
Yeah, I got rid of the Seeker. Or did I get rid of Keeper?
Keeper.
Yeah, I got rid of his Keeper with the Cauldron somehow. And it was like wow, I'm actually back in this. What I thought at the beginning. But
he summoned 4,000 things.
Yeah, pretty much. But he gave me second turn because he wanted to use the endless spell he summoned to do wounds on Marathi. And he wanted to be doing 4 wounds on Marathi in the start of the turn. I was like, that's pretty gay. So, but then I went over and killed the rest of his stuff. He had I think he probably had 700 points left on the board to my probably, 800, 900. But then his turn 2 came along and he summoned another Keeper, another, what is it? Epitome or whatever. And then a Seeker Chariot and something else. And I was like, oh, you're almost back to full, because he had 40 some points by the end of my turn 2. I was like, that sucks. So my turn 3, he had almost killed everything. I was like, let's call it, man. You've got this. There ain't nothing I can do. He had all the objectives. So It was his list. Joe Cryer's list was extremely good. I was really surprised about it. But that was my day one, and I could just relax the rest of the tournament. My fifth game, I played Scott Sprawl. Our game was really close. I misplaced my cauldron in turn 2, which I was 3 inches away from any units, so he pretty much had free range to shoot it without any negatives. So I lost that, and it came down to like turn 3. I didn't really care about winning. I just wanted to have fun. I told him that at the beginning. And he was like, man, I think you got this, turn 3. I was like, no, really? You think so? He's like, yeah, for sure. Like, no, man, you got this one no matter what. And I pretty much explained to him, like, if you move this here, I can't catch you. There's no way, because you can just go to the back side of the board and score 3 points. I'll either have to chase you down, and then I won't be able to score points. And you'll win no matter what. He's like, oh, okay. So I kind of helped him out, showed him he could win the Heralds of Woe pretty easy. So I lost that one, 2 in a row. And then I played Papa Sparkle, old Jeff Cordell. That was a fun game for me, I think. I'm not sure he had a good time, because I was making a lot of saves. He had that magma dragon we were talking about last episode.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, what is it? I got turn 1. I rushed it. And then he was able to pile in with it, so I couldn't get to it. And I think he did like 12 mortals and a bunch of other wounds, and I only saved like 2 or 3 of them. So I was like, oh man, that's going to suck. But luckily, I ignored Battle Shock. But then turn 2, he did the same thing. He picked that unit to attack first. I think he would have done at least 30 wounds, 35 wounds, I bet, on a unit of witches that were 20 strong. But I wound up saving like almost all of them. And he was like, damn. So, but that game was probably ended turn 3, I guess, or we called it. But yeah, those were my games. I think I had a really good time for sure, and I'll definitely be going back next year, like Buck said. Hello?
Yep. We're here.
Oh, yep. Here I am.
Can you hear us?
Nice. That's I was in the Cool. Awesome. You gonna be back next year?
Thanks for listening, guys.
That was fun. It must be really fun to listen to this podcast.
What if we don't want you back? No.
Yeah. Well, but yeah, I ran a lot of games of Daughters of Cain, and I'm tired of playing Daughters of Cain now.
Yeah.
Nice.
You feel like that was your last hurrah with them?
No, I mean, I'll still play them, but I'm probably going to play a fun, not so competitive army.
Yeah.
Like Buck said, we're going to try to start getting our community up again. I think I'm just going to play fun armies that I'm not going to smash people's fates in, but I can still try to.
Sure.
That's what I'm doing.
Yeah. Except yours army. I think yours will still smash people's face, though.
Yeah, you might be right.
Yeah. What do you start? Tell us about your weekend and your new army.
Well, so I had to spend the weekend looking after a bunch of Warhammer players, aka I herded cats all weekend. No, it was pretty cool. I actually really enjoyed TOing. Walking around, seeing all the different games going.
Yeah, it's fun.
I was technically a co-TO. I gotta step out for a few minutes. You're the TO. I'm like, but I'm in the middle of a game.
I was like, I don't care. Goodbye.
It's pretty funny.
Yeah, I was having a horrific allergic reaction to something, and my eyes were swelling up, so I had to get my contacts out, run home, and grab my fucking glasses. But yeah, so let's see what to say. There was a lot of really good games of Warhammer all around, honestly. I was surprised with how some players who had, let's say, struggled in the past, they performed quite well considering it was a GT. Like nerds like Buck, no, I'm kidding.
I don't know what you're talking about because I didn't do that well.
You won a game, Buck.
You won a game. Come
Won
on.
a game. 2 games.
Two games. That's twice what you normally do. No.
You know what's really funny about that? I was bitching about how many Night Haunt players there were, and my only 2 wins came against Night Haunt and Legion of Greece.
Good job.
Corrected that problem and started a whole host of others. Oh well.
Perfect.
Any hot goss?
Hot guys?
Hot goss? Any drama? The
On the
40K
40K
guys
side?
had all this drama. The 40K guys got
There
all the fun
was one instance of kind of drama. By now, everybody probably knows because Gene posted something.
stuff. Oh, did you post something?
Yeah. So Gene Kale had been using the wrong War Scroll, or not the correct portion of a War Scroll. You know, you get into something. I'm absolutely certain it wasn't done maliciously or intentionally.
There's
Yeah,
5 war scrolls for that one model, basically. Like the Stonehorn, Huskards, all those big ass models. So it's an honest mistake.
Drew let me know that hey, I think he was doing this wrong. So I'm like, okay, I'll kind of keep an eye on it. But every time I went over there, they weren't rolling any saves for it, and I didn't want to just hover, and it seemed to be going all right. So I just kind of walked around. I asked a couple players afterwards. I was like, hey, so when Gene did, this, did he roll this or this? And most of the time, I got the answer I was looking for, but yeah, I guess it turned, when you don't know the War Scroll, and then they're like, oh,
Yeah.
I guess he actually wasn't doing the right one. I'm like, oh, well, shit.
I mean, yeah. What do you do after? I mean, that kind of shit is so easy. It's so easy to happen and never even get caught. How often does that kind of shit happen and no one knows?
Mm-hmm. So, now, Gene's a good guy. I mean, I don't think he did it maliciously at all.
No, not at all.
And he was trying to say, I think I should just, count myself out of the next tournaments for 6 months. Like, don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that, man.
Yeah,
That's an honest mistake.
That's too much. I mean, just coming out in public and admitting it and being like, hey, I did this thing. This was that's bigger than a lot of folks. So I'm fucking.
Yep. Hats off to Gene Kale. So
yeah, anytime I play him, he's so precise. This is what this does. He just goes through the whole thing. Oh man, I don't need to go through the whole thing, but he does anyway. But I like playing Gene, so it's not a big deal.
Yeah, and I'm sure it was just it was like those kind of things get stuck in your head for so long that you're like, okay, this is the way it goes. And then when they change it or they alter it, or it's not quite the one you were thinking of, it's like, well, fuck, now my whole.
It's crazy how, because it's the things that it affects, though. It's why we really need to be good with our rules,
Right.
Because granted, he ended up middle table somewhere.
Yep.
But what did it affect along the way? I mean, I don't know how many games that it came down, it was a deciding factor on, but
I think it was only Drew still won his game against him, but I think it came down to you would have got a secondaries or something for him.
Right. And that's one of his games, but it's just weird. It's crazy how it can affect. I mean, that could you knock a top one of the top contenders off of getting their secondaries, and then all of a sudden they don't win, best faction, something like that. It's why we need to do better personally, right? Know your shit, do your thing.
Have your app ready, and just
have your app ready and look at your War Scrolls real quick. It's just so fast on the app.
look at your opponent's War Scrolls even. That's what I was
that too. I don't do that as much.
I even looked at.
I need to do that more.
When
you said you did it, I was like, that's a fucking waste of time. No, apparently not.
I looked at Gene's War Scrolls while we were playing, and I didn't notice the 3-up either.
Right.
Or even if it came up. So.
Yeah. Well, it's usually not the thing I go to look for on someone's War Scroll is their save,
Oh yeah.
But
I think I might have looked up because he was running it out of the Grand Alliance book, and I was I'm gonna check your command traits just to see if that's what they actually do still,
Right.
So, but other than that, yeah, I think only other drama people were pissed off about Joe Cryer actually using the rules.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
Yeah, I was like, you're bad at him for being on a top table and making your opponent obey the rules? Like, nah. It's perfectly fine.
That came up, like, that was brought to my attention, and I just shook my head and just went back to what I was doing. I didn't even acknowledge it.
Was that when he told his opponent that he couldn't?
Yeah, because you're supposed to dispel in the spells at the beginning of the hero phase. And he already did like his whole hero phase and was like at like one of his last 2 casters. And was like, I'm going to dispel this now.
Right.
But one of mine like, no, you have to do that at the beginning.
Yeah, it was funny because I'm in a competitive Age of Sigmar chat with guys, like a bunch of dudes from all over the place. But everyone in the chat was watching, and all of a sudden everyone's like, one guy goes, "Damn, you didn't let him dispel your endless spell," and Joe was like,
"No,
I mean top table."
Right.
And I was like, "Man, fair enough. Like it's not your place. It's the last game of the tournament. You're on the top table. You don't fucking let shit slide." But
no, like
not that kind of shit. I mean, and the guy, I think, was the guy pretty gracious about it? Like,
yeah, was Elijah? Is that his name?
Yeah.
Buck? Yeah. He's a really cool guy. He was at the Shadespire, and he was super cool then. I played him last year, and he was super cool. So.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta expect it at top table. Like, there's no takesy backsies.
You better be held to you better know your shit, because. Like, honestly, I try and hold people to the exact rule. Even in, lower, first fucking round of a tournament, I'll do it. Because I expect people to do the same to me.
Yeah, right. So.
No, I didn't think it was that big of a dick move. I just thought it was kind of cold. Like, it was just like, nope. Damn.
Yep, negative Ghost Rider.
We're playing a game.
It's funny. But yeah, great tournament. I can't wait till next year. So.
Yeah, it was really fun being able to watch it on stream, especially because I knew a lot of the guys playing, Yeah. The stream, he said that, the microphone broke, so they weren't able to, talk during the stream.
Yeah.
Streams are so much more fun when you can interact with the hosts a little more,
Mm-hmm.
And just talk shit. I just like to talk shit, though, so that's, what I want to do. But, yeah, it was fun. It was really fun watching from home.
And shout out, by the way, to those guys for coming out and streaming and all that. That was
all right. That's amazing. They just came and did that shit. That's a lot of work.
Didn't Chad drop to do it or something like that?
Because
he was signed up.
Yes, he was signed up. Because I remember I was like, I asked him, I was like, weren't you signed up? Nope. Okay. I thought I saw his name earlier, and I probably did. So
yeah, I thought I did. So, but anyway, anything else you guys want to add about Flying Monkey Con?
Get your tickets next year. Get those things going.
Oh, yeah, one more thing I want to add. I won a door prize, and I won some more Flesh Eater Quartz.
Yeah.
And then I won Best Painted Behemoth and won more Flesh Eater Quartz. And I was very disappointed with my prizes.
I think the gods are saying something.
I know. They just keep falling in my lap, and I'm like, what are you doing? But
they just want you to win a GT, dude.
Yeah, they want me to play one of those armies.
You do play one of those armies, dude. You play Daughters of Cain. Fuck you.
I know. No.
And Flesh Eater Quartz. Also play Flesh Eater Quartz.
Damn it. Yeah, I do. Damn it. Oh, well.
That guy.
I am that guy. See how they do after the GHP.
Yeah, I really hope that something happens. GHP. GBH.
GBH.
Fuck you said.
Dyslexia is what I said. So yeah, let's talk about a little bit of the General's Handbook. What are our thoughts on it? Segue. We did it. Have you guys had a chance to look at it?
Yeah. Nope. A little bit.
Yup.
No, I didn't. So it is.
I read a bunch of it when I was supposed to be TOing. So
right.
I'm in the middle of the match play section. It's the only part that I'm going to read, probably.
Right. Let's talk about points first. What are some winners and losers you guys see in there?
Waiting on that fact, bro.
Yeah, right.
Points wise,
the FAQ will be a game changer for sure.
Everything seemed like it was like. I mean, they did it was pretty soft on the points changes.
Yeah.
Ideneth, I was kind of surprised. Like, they didn't really. I mean, Soulscryer went up. And that was the hardest hit. Of course, like Morsar went up, but only like 10 points.
Right.
It was just kind of like, oh, this is how you're gonna play it. Cool. My army didn't change much. And then Reavers, like the Thralls, didn't go down much. I don't know. The whole thing was kind of meh. That's how I kind of felt about most of what I read. I don't know if I'm missing anything, like any big things.
Daughters of Cain kind of got a nerf. I mean,
yeah,
they pretty much just make you take more witches is all it does, so you can get that discount. But regular witches went up.
Hags went up
20 points, and the discount went up to 300 for the total instead of 270.
Okay.
And then, Hags went up to 60 to 90 points, so 30 points.
Yeah.
And I think Heartrenders went up 10 points. So, I mean, they were pretty. I don't think the Heartrender one was a very good one. I don't know why it went up 10 points.
Yeah, that's weird.
Probably just everyone used them. They're not, they're still probably 90 points good, but
I just want to know, like, what the fuck's going on in their minds when they're changing the points? Like, what's the thought process? Are they trying to nerf, like, top lists? And
yeah, it seems like they're trying to nerf top lists or people that use the same thing over and over again. Yeah. I guess they want some diversity, which, I don't know. You're still going to take witches and hags anyway. Ain't going to change nothing.
10-point change to Morsar Guard aren't going to make you stop using them.
Mm-hmm.
Now, a 40-point change would have made you think about it, but
yeah,
I don't know. It might just knock them down enough where they're not tier anymore. Maybe they're tier 2 because you can't fit as many. But I don't even know if that's true.
Yeah, I mean, there's some the weirdest point change I saw was like Scourge Privateers, like their main unit went down, I think 20 points, and then if you take 3 unit or 3 upgrades, or whatever you call it, 10, 30, you might as well take 40 because it's the same price for 40 as it is 30.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think the Night Haunt, they kind of got screwed over. I mean, like, their heroes all only went down like 10 points each, which some of them needed way more than that.
Oleander needed to come down way far.
Yeah, more than 10 points. Maybe I think she might have went down 20.
She's still garbage. What do you know?
Yeah, like 200 points even would have been nice, but 240 still? I don't know about that.
That's a lot.
No, negative.
Mm-hmm.
When you have like Archregents that are at 200 points, it's hard to look at Oleander for 240.
Well, I imagine those will go up to like 220 or something, so you can't take 2 in an allied list or something like that.
That'd be good.
So, but we'll see when the FAQ comes out for sure. Other than that, I think KO got a pretty good bump, and Beast Collators were the only ones that really stood out.
Mm.
Maybe
Seraphon.
Disciples of Tzeentch. Oh yeah, Seraphon. Well, Skinks went up, but everything else went down.
Skinks
which is
went
nice.
up. Everything else went down.
Yeah, which is good because that's all you would want to see is skink lists.
It's funny because a lot of what I'm hearing is, I wrote out my list and it's the exact same. Only some things went up 10 points and some things went down 10 points.
Right. So basically, like for Night Hunt, like your heroes went down, but Reapers went up, so it's almost a wash. I think it's a little more expensive taking Reapers now.
Mm.
So I think Morn, or is it the Banshees went down that no one ran.
Yeah.
Stormcast went down for the most part. I think there was a couple things that went up, like Evocators went up.
Oh, like what is it? The Desolators were like under 200 points, like the Paladin units. Like the core Paladin units went down, but the Evocators went up, which is good because they cast spells as well. So,
Decimators, Protectors, Retributors, they all went down 20 points.
Yeah, which is nice. And then the some of the Vanguard units went down, like the Long Strikes. I think it only went down like 10 points or something like that, which could be good. I mean, more shooting in the game could change the meta around. But yeah, I'd definitely see how it all shakes out in the end. See what they do to Khorne and FEC, Gloomspite, Skaven. I mean, there's like 5 armies that don't have points changes yet that are going to get them. So But as far
yeah,
as
so much has come out this year. It's crazy.
Yeah. So as far as like match play rules, what do you guys see in there that you really like?
I like all the changes to the battle plans. Honestly.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, they look really fun.
Hell yeah, they do.
I like the changes to Duel of Death. That's probably the best change out of all of them.
Yeah, no, I really enjoy that because
that's crazy. Adding battle line as a capturing source.
Yeah, well,
not only that, but
the
4-corner deployment thing, like
yeah, that shit's different.
Yeah. Well, see, the thing about it is the corner thing is really cool because it makes it puts more tactics in the game because you can't just lump it all in the center and go, okay, I can move this here and move this here because he did this. It's like you have to decide before the game starts. And if you have like a 1-drop, you'll be like, oh shit, I don't know what he's gonna do. So he has your whole army on the board to look at and go, okay, I can put this here and put this here and be more tactical than you. And then I think that's what I really like about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, you could be 1 hero and 1 battle line to help control the objective. So, which is really cool. The other one I like is the Battle for the Pass upgrade. I really like it. It's gonna be harder to get those objectives because usually turn 1 you can just go grab it real quick and score a quick 4 points. And almost
I'm looking
game
at these,
that.
and it's like the placement for your terrain piece. So like with my corn terrain piece, like Battle for the Pass and Duality, it's like really limited where that thing's getting set up, Which I know they're gonna affect the terrain piece, like the rules for laying terrain. Thankfully, because they wrote that all funky.
Right. Yeah, they'll probably FAQ that, especially for like Skaven terrain.
Yeah, well, for anybody. I mean, if you look, like I was looking at a table full of terrain, and I was like, there's nowhere to put on a typical table with enough terrain for a tournament. Like you couldn't fit anything. Like you couldn't fit a terrain piece.
I'm sure TOs will take care of that.
Yeah.
Like they always do.
I mean, I think we would just say, like, just place your terrain piece.
Yeah.
Like the book says.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, hopefully that's just what they come out and say. We'll see.
Yeah. Another one I like is Total Conquest. That's a awesome change and easy to set up.
Yeah.
Unlike before.
They they gave you some guidelines there instead of the...
Choose a corner and go to half the board. Yeah. Well, that wasn't Total Conquest like the jagged one that you're like over 15, up 27, and all this other bullshit.
I don't remember if it was Total Conquest. I think it seems like yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then what was the other one? They changed Star Trek. I think Star Trek's better.
Star Trek.
Yeah, Star Trek's better.
Yeah, I'm excited to play these for sure. Yeah, just have to play a lot of games. Play them.
People were freaking out about the placing of terrain. It's like no event's gonna let you place your own terrain.
Yeah, for sure. They'd be like, that's
so annoying.
Headache we don't need.
Right.
Well, I mean, the Flying Monkey essentially did that the past weekend. So.
Oh, did it? Did you guys go out there and put it all out there?
There's too much fucking terrain, and all those pieces were fucking huge. Like 60% of the board was fucking terrain.
I almost came around to Buck's table and been like, "You can't touch the train. Don't move it."
I thought it was funny, like on the part where it talks about like battlefields and laying out terrain. Where is it? It says to pick so many primary pieces. You pick 5 pieces of terrain or whatever, and it's like the primary pieces are all of their Matrath Throne and their Citadel Woods, and it's like no one has all this shit.
They want you to buy $500 in terrain for one game.
And then the rest is walls and fences, which they're little wall and fence models. It's like, no one's playing with all this shit. This is
right.
It's funny. The new Triumphs are fucking amazing.
I haven't even looked. I mean, I always forget to play Triumphs in every game.
I didn't even
There's 6 of them now. Yeah. And they're reroll hit rolls for attacks, like all hit rolls instead of ones, and reroll wound rolls.
Once per battle, though.
But it matters, dude. It can save your life. What are you talking about? Why do you ignore this fucking shit? God, you guys don't play with the rules. Here's another thing you guys don't play with. Scenery rules. They added a whole nother 6 things for scenery.
I play armies that don't need tryouts.
Everybody outside of this region gives a shit. Y'all don't give a shit about this.
I need to start. You're right, but it's a.
But the new ones are actually like the old one, like the ones for second edition were shit. Like they were all like, well, these actually don't affect the game. Mm-hmm. These new tables actually would affect it pretty great.
Yeah.
So, I liked that a lot. I knew you guys would fucking not care.
I still don't care.
All my scenery guys are worthless.
Oh yeah, that's what what's his name said, that guy that doesn't exist anymore. Charles.
At least we finally bitch about something together.
See there?
Teamwork.
The new command abilities, are we going to use those guys, or are we not going to play with that?
Yeah, we'll use those. Don't worry.
Oh, okay. So that part of the rules. I'm trying to find out which part of the rules you guys are omitting and which you're going to actually use. Cool. Command abilities. The new ones are awesome. How about that, fellas? Yeah?
I just don't use things that are a pain in the ass. That's what it is. Like terrain rules.
Terrain rules are a fucking pain in the dick. I don't care.
The new ones, the new command abilities are Holy Within, which is interesting.
And it made me wonder. 7 and 8 inches.
It's 12 and 18.
12 and 18.
12 Holy Within 12 inches of a hero, Holy Within 12 inches of a friendly hero. That is a general 18 inches, yeah. So that's cool.
Bad. Yeah, probably use those. Hero hits for wounds. Oh yeah, only one extra command point for playing points down, which is good.
Really good for
really good.
That hurts Iron Jaws, Flesh Eater Courts, few armies quite a bit.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Death. I mean, doesn't it hurt Death pretty good?
No, because they get that one command point. They use it to summon the unit back. They use it for Nagash's reroll ones.
I only ever played one command point down.
Yeah.
Because that's all I needed.
That's fair.
Yeah. So, but yeah.
That's fair. So there's the General's Handbook.
Well, I want to talk about the meeting engagements.
Yeah.
I
forgot about this.
Fucking cool.
I hadn't got there yet. Yeah, this looks neat. Go on.
Yeah,
I'll allow it.
I have to work Saturday for a little bit, but then I'm going to go down to Bartlesville and play Casey some meeting engagements.
Holler.
Are you going to Bartlesville Saturday?
Yeah.
What time?
I should get off around 10-ish maybe, so I might be there around 11:30.
Okay. So I got a buddy. We were going to play a couple games. We were trying to decide on Bartlesville or Tulsa, but we'll come out to Bartlesville.
Dude, Sweet. That's awesome. You guys, that's enough for a tournament. Have a meeting engagement tournament.
There you go. Score some free points.
Is that tomorrow?
No, it's Saturday.
Tomorrow's Friday.
Yeah. Tomorrow is Saturday for me.
Okay, so what are you doing Sunday?
No, I'm just trying to fucking ignore what's going to happen tomorrow at work when I get fucking raped.
Sounds like quite the job.
Yeah, you get raped at work. This is extreme, man. I didn't know. We need to have an intervention for Eric.
Not with penises or anything, but spiritually, I get raped.
It might be worse. I don't know.
It's funny, but anyway, meeting engagements are only 1,000 points. I'll go ahead and move this right along.
Can we stop talking about this?
I'm just here to derail us.
Mm-hmm.
I'm about to have an existential crisis over your spiritual rape, and you're like, we're moving along. We don't want to talk about this. We don't talk about this here.
Sweep that under the rug. Yay.
Cool. All right. Our friend's dying. Cool. Go on.
He'll be all right. He's tough.
Toughen up, boy.
Everything's the same, except you got to kind of divide your units among 3 different, what do they call them? Like there's a main body, a rear guard, and a spearhead detachments, basically. And basically all come on and...
Wow, that's wrong, but okay.
What is the main body, rear guard, and the spearhead? I'm reading it right here.
Okay. But are they called detachments, though? Because that sounds like some 40k shit. But...
Contingents?
There we go. Cool. All right.
Nailed it. But
Nailed it.
you can only take one in the spell, only one battalion. Still got to pay the points for them. But yeah, looks like a lot of fun because you can only take the minimum size unit unless it's like the main body battalion or the main body battle line, but you can take double the size of the minimum. So you have a lot of small individual units on the field and not a lot of spamming units. So
that's interesting.
It could be a lot of fun. I think allies you can only have one unit of allies. That's it. So, and trying to think here. I read this, but mainly read the missions. But there's 6 battle plans. I'm excited to really dig into this and figure out how it all works.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to read this a little more. I've listened to someone talk about it, but I haven't actually looked over it. It sounded really, really interesting.
Yeah.
And
I think it'll be fun.
Mm-hmm. Especially for new players, where you're not gonna get raped by a spam unit or shit like that. Like one unit comes on turn at the start of the game, you put them up 3 inches away from the edge, and they can overlap, but not onto another deployment side. So everything's going to start the same distance away from the objective. You only have a few units turn 1 going in. So should be a lot of fun.
Is it 1,000 points?
It's only 1,000 points. You can't do any more than 1,000.
Oh, have they updated in the app? Can you make meeting engagement?
No, not yet. I wish they would, because that'd be really cool.
Yeah, that would be cool.
So, because I can go through the little spearheads here. So basically, the spearhead comes on usually first. Sometimes it comes on second. But it's 1 leader, 0 behemoths, 0 artilleries, 0 to 1 battle line, and 0 to 2 other units. And then you can only have minimum size. And I only have 2 units per war scroll total for the whole thing, like in any of them. And then the main body is 1 to 2 leaders, 0 to 1 behemoth, no artilleries, 1 or more battle lines, 0 to or more other units. And in the main body, you can double the size of the battle line of the minimum size. And then the rear guard is 0 to 1 leader, 0 to 1 behemoth, 0 to 2 artillery, 0 to 2 battle line, and 0 to 2 other units. And then any of them can be double sized on the rear guard, but they usually come in turn 3. So waiting on that to come in usually might hurt you.
So you can't take a full max unit of anything ever?
Ever.
You can only take double size. So I could take 20 bloodletters, not 10, not 30.
Right.
Interesting.
Put them in the rear guard, like you can take a double size of like a other unit, like a skull crushers or whatever. You can take a double size of those, but still not.
So I could take 40 marauders though, because they come in here at 20.
Right.
That's interesting.
Yeah. They're only that is their max size, but
yeah.
You're maxed out at 4 heroes.
Oh, okay. Which at 1,000 points is
right.
Pretty typical.
Yeah. So.
Oh yeah, this will be interesting. I mean, there will be some nasty combos that people come up with.
And I think I read a thing in here about summoning. Like you couldn't summon. You have to keep it 9 inches away from their deployment zone when you summon something in. So you can't ever block anybody out from getting their battalion in.
Oh, okay.
So they stop that from happening too, because you just summon something in on the whole edge, and then they just can't bring anything in. So
there's triumphs in this. Do you care?
Yeah, I'll use the triumphs in there. Calm down. But these are meant to be played on like a small, like 32 or 30 inch by 40 to 42 board. Like they say it's meant to be played on like in a kitchen table where you can get started. So
that's cool.
But yeah, I really like meeting engagements. I'm excited to play this weekend.
Yeah, and there's they all have their own battle plans.
Yeah, there's 6 battle plans starting out. They're pretty simple. Like one's just hold the objective, score a point for holding it, and score points for killing your other units on the enemy side. So nothing too crazy like Duality of Death or Relocation Orb. But Anything else want to add on the General's
meeting
handbook?
engagements? In general?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what people do with the meeting engagements. I mean, it'd be cool if they're started. I wonder how long games take. Did they say like an hour thing?
Well, they said you can do 2 of those games in the same time. You can do one 2,000 points game, which makes sense, I guess.
Hour and a half. So I mean,
Yeah.
might be able to do like a little tournament in a night or something.
Well, yeah, they say in there that you can do like a 5-game tournament in one day. Easy.
Oh wow, yeah. But if you could do like a little RTT with it and like start at 6 in the evening and be done by 10, 11, that'd be fun too.
Little 5-game 1,000 points. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not ruining everybody's like the whole day for everybody.
Right. Little 3 games.
So yeah, we're definitely gonna try it out. So it'll be fun because Casey bought a Nagash.
Tournament.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Maybe
we should get it
do one down in Oklahoma and one up here or something like that.
Yeah.
Meeting engagements, just
Fun.
kind of
Get it going.
Yeah.
I think it'll be good for new players too. Get some new people started somewhere.
For sure. I mean, any kind of small stuff like that's fun for bringing more people in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm excited to read. I need to read the General's Handbook more thoroughly, honestly, but I don't really know. And then I don't. None of my factions are in the part where it has rules for those factions, so
Right.
I haven't.
You have to
I'll
wait
listen
for
to other
another.
people talk about that.
You'll have another 2 weeks to wait for an FAQ.
Yeah, I'm really nervous about the corn one. I just don't know what their plan. You know what I mean? Like, did they feel like corn was overpowered in some way?
I don't know. I mean, yeah, they think said what was the cutoff? Corn was the cutoff for points changes, or was it Slanesh too? They said made a community post somewhere about the FAQ coming up. Yeah. So I mean, there's definitely changes for corn coming. So, but anyway, yeah, that's our little review. There's tons of people doing reviews on there. I really like what Honest Wargamers doing right now with their little faction focuses. It's really make me want to play a really shitty army because they make them sound really good. Like I was listening to the Scorch Privateer one, I was like, man, I want to play those guys, but then realized it's gonna be like it's basically a Horde Elf army now.
Yeah,
that's funny. And so yeah, I mean, the thing about you play one of those armies and you win a few games and you're a hero. I mean, Scott Sproul's world famous right now with his Wanderers. I don't know if he knows that, but everybody's talking about those Wanderers that did well in that tournament.
Yeah.
What do you do? How do you do this weekend? Did he do okay?
I think he went
Scott
2 and 3.
Did well. Yeah. No.
I'm pretty sure. I think he won against me and somebody else.
Here's the thing, though. His game against Joe Cryer was close as fuck.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
That's funny.
He's a really good player.
Yeah. Well,
if I had told him he could win, he might not have won that one, but since I told him, I was like, yeah. But
he's a really good player, but I had to teach him how. I had to show him.
I had to show him how to win. No, I didn't mean it like that.
That's 2 in 1 episode.
I was like, that's kind of like at Iron Realms. He told me how to play my army, and then I beat him.
Right. It's always cool to be nice, guys.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Real cool.
Here's the thing.
I give people suggestions for their games too after the game.
Or it's a bad one.
Or he just laughs at your face as he wipes off your blood letters. One of those.
Yeah.
I did not laugh in your face.
Ha!
I waited till later to laugh.
He said, "That really sucks for you, huh? This is gonna be a fun game."
I did not say that. I did say that sucks for you.
I said, "Let me see that rule."
Give me that.
It's like, yeah, just pick up your whole unit. You're like, what? Excuse me?
Well, fuck.
It was like, yes, here's the rule, and let me pull up the fact because I know you'll want to ask about that.
Turns out.
But anyway, events coming up. We have a team tournament in Oklahoma City at Edmond Unplug. Everyone should
2
go
days
to.
from now. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If we weren't having a baby tomorrow, I would go.
Yeah. If I didn't have to work a little bit Saturday morning.
I guess I could bring my little teammate. I could just bring the new baby. It could be my teammate.
Yeah.
I'll just play
There we
2,000
go.
points.
You're
2,000
having a baby tomorrow. It sounds like Saturday you're free.
Yeah, that's how that works, Buck.
Hey, Buck is a learned doctor, so hold
That's
your
true.
roll there.
I'm real smart.
Cool. I'll put my wife on the phone. Let's see.
Hey, I did bring a dog back from death on Wednesday, so yeah.
Sweet.
Let
In your
them know
face.
that. I'm real smart that you should be able to go to that tournament on Saturday. So
Ben, what have you done with your life? Just make babies? Come on now.
Well, I mean, I'm not bringing dogs back from the brink. I mean, if I had a dog and it was dying, it's time to get a new dog.
see you later.
Savage.
Bye, guys. Oh, cool deal. Trying to think of another event. Oh, there's an event in Poto, Oklahoma.
Oh yeah, Poto.
Little Spency Sheldon, I think is his name. He's running
What
it.
did you just say to me?
What the fuck you say to me?
Yeah, I'm excited for those guys. It's out near
Yeah.
Fort Smith, Arkansas.
Yeah, that's where he's from. He plays in Poto, Oklahoma, though.
It's gotta be near that, right?
Yeah, it's probably pretty. It's only like 2 hours from where I live, so
Yeah, it's about 3 from Oklahoma City, I think.
yeah, I'm gonna try to go to that because it'd be good practice for War Games Con. So I'll be hanging out.
Yeah, I'm up in like the 40%. I'm going to War Games Con. It keeps on rising. I got a ticket.
Nice. I think I'm gonna run. I'm building a corn list with Ben's help. So I might take. Yeah, he kind of did.
It's that one guy.
Yeah, I'll find it for you. Then I found it later. I was like, yeah, that's the one. It's like, thanks, Ben. So
I've been fucking busy.
yeah, whatever. Busy making birds. But that should be fun. Well, that's all I know out for now about upcoming events. Until I see more, I will keep you all posted. Anything you guys want to add before we wrap it up?
Oh, I never mentioned this. I'm starting Free Guild.
Oh yeah, that's the start of your conversation.
Yeah, totally skip that shit. Free Guild.
That'll be fun to play against.
Did they get a points reduction in a lot of their units?
I don't know, but I think they're like one of their core rules changed slightly, and it made me go, I want to play that.
I like that. So, but yeah, they still got the whole, if you charge this unit, I'm going to shoot you with the other 2 units.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. And plus, you got reroll 1s now for your shots, which will help out.
That sounds like Tau. You're playing the Tau of Age of Sigmar.
No, but I also have a big, giant melee unit, so no.
Mm-hmm.
Your argument is invalid.
They're called Crude.
Besides, you don't want to fuck with any of them. Besides, you don't want to fuck with any Tau player. They'll suck your dick.
Is that true?
They'll suck it right off.
I mean, you might not want to fight with any Tau player, but now that I know this information,
yeah, now go and fight some Tau.
Yeah, call some Tau player out.
Stay away from them. They'll suck your dick. Hold on. I'm staying away.
Sounds like Duncan's got some competition now.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, we'll end it there.
Cool.
All
right. See you later, fuck boys.
Later, nerds.
Hey-o, we did it.
We made a thing.